Have you ever felt like the world is wave after wave, crashing over you without pause? Life's uncertainty often leaves us confused, as if we're standing on a shoreline during high tide, not knowing when the rescue boat will arrive. But take heart. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher, held a secret for weathering the storm. In this reflection, we'll explore 5 timeless virtues that Marcus taught to help you stay calm, wise, and anchored amid the chaos of the unknown. Are you ready to become a steady sailor in the great ocean of life? Let's begin. 1. Acceptance. Have you ever felt like the world is crashing over you, like endless waves that just won't stop? Life's uncertainty often leaves us lost, like standing on a shore at high tide, with no idea when the rescue boat will come. But breathe. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, Stoic philosopher, left us a secret to face the storm, and it begins with one word: acceptance. When life throws lemons at you, what's the first step? Before you even think about making lemonade, Marcus reminds us, first accept that the lemon is there. Acceptance isn't weakness, it's the first act of strength. Imagine this. You're caught in heavy rain with no umbrella. Does complaining stop the rain? Of course not. Acceptance means recognizing life won't always go as planned, and that's okay. Marcus believed every event is a piece of a grand cosmic design. So instead of getting angry, say to yourself, all right, this is part of my journey. Have you ever looked back and realized something bad actually taught you something important? To Marcus, nothing is random. Every experience, good or bad, shapes who we are. When you view life through this lens, you let go of the burden of feeling that life is unfair. Acceptance is the gateway to peace. When we stop resisting reality, we open space for clarity and wisdom. Life may not always be pleasant, but by accepting the moment as it is, you build a solid foundation for positive change in the future. So next time life throws the unexpected your way, take a deep breath, nod your head, and say, all right, life, let's face this together. You are stronger than you think. 2. Mindfulness. Have you ever felt like your mind is a web browser with too many tabs open? That's a sign you're jumping between the past and the future. Marcus Aurelius had a powerful remedy for this. Live in the present. He reminds us, the only thing that's real is this moment, this breath, this very second. The past is gone. The future? Still unknown. So focus on what you're doing now. Whether you're sipping coffee or working on something big, give it your full attention. When you do, life becomes more meaningful, like watching a movie without the constant ads. Think about it. How often do we stress over things that haven't even happened? Marcus says, living in the present cuts the root of worry. So when your mind starts drifting, pull yourself back to what's in front of you, back to what you can do. Anxiety fades, your energy is preserved, and suddenly you feel calmer. Did you know? Multitasking is a myth. When you give one thing your full focus, you finish faster and better. Marcus's focus on mindfulness wasn't just spiritual wisdom. It was ancient productivity at its finest. Mindfulness isn't only about morning meditation. It's about being fully here in every moment. So next time you sit down for lunch, put away your phone, taste every bite, savor it. Life isn't about how much you do, but how fully you live it. Let's slow down and savor it right. 3. Discrimination. Imagine playing a video game. Enemies coming from every direction. But not every enemy needs to be fought, right? This is the heart of Marcus Aurelius' 3rd virtue, discrimination. The art of knowing what is within your control and what isn't. Once you master that, life becomes lighter. Like finding the pause button in the middle of a storm. Marcus teaches, focus only on what you can truly manage. Your thoughts, your actions, your responses. Everything else, let it unfold. The outside world is often a thunderstorm, but you always have control over how you prepare. Will you wear a raincoat, or will you embrace the rain? Have you ever worked so hard for something, only to see it fall apart anyway? Marcus reminds us, your role is to do your best. How the world responds is not yours to carry. You plant the flower, but the storm may still destroy it. That's not failure, that's just nature. Don't let unmet expectations crush your spirit, because once you accept that you can't control everything, you begin to breathe easier. Uncertainty becomes less frightening when you know the limits of your role. Discrimination is like a mental filter, clearing the noise, sharpening your focus. So next time the pressure feels overwhelming, pause and ask, is this within my control? If the answer is no, release it. Marcus didn't want you to exhaust yourself fighting battles you were never meant to fight. He wanted you to live with purpose, to enjoy the game of life, not be worn out by it. 4. Judgment. Life can feel like a discount store. So many shiny things, each one calling for your attention. But not everything that sparkles deserves a place in your cart. Marcus Aurelius teaches the virtue of judgment, the wisdom to choose what's truly meaningful and leave behind what's merely distracting. This isn't about judging others. It's about aligning your priorities with your deepest values. To Marcus, the core of a meaningful life is built on virtues like justice, honesty, courage, and self-control. When you focus on these, you won't be so easily swept away by what is shallow or loud. Instead of chasing the validation of others, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Think about it. Have you ever pursued wealth, fame, or beauty, only to feel even more anxious afterward? Marcus warns us, those things often bring more worry than peace. Why? Because they depend on things outside of you. And what is outside can always change. So rather than glorifying what's temporary, Marcus invites us to honor what's eternal. A virtuous life is the path to inner peace. Being good, being honest, being fair. These are always within your control. And when you live in harmony with these values, your heart feels lighter, your mind feels calmer, and your life gains deeper meaning. True judgment isn't about being perfect. It's about choosing wisely and letting the rest pass by. So next time something shiny tries to pull you in, ask yourself, is this truly important to my life? If not, walk away. Marcus wanted you to live like a philosopher, not a bargain hunter in a luxury store. 5. Adaptability. Imagine surfing. Waves come in different sizes, different speeds. If you try to resist the current, you'll fall. But if you learn to flow with it, you might just enjoy the ride. That is adaptability. According to Marcus Aurelius, it's the art of adjusting to change without losing your direction. We live in a world that's constantly changing, and that's not news. Marcus reminds us, change is the heartbeat of the universe. To resist it is to resist reality itself. But what if you saw change not as a threat, but as proof that life is still moving? You can't stop a river, but you can learn to swim in its current. When life doesn't go as planned, what can you do? You adapt. Adaptability means staying flexible as the world around you shifts. New technology, career shifts, unexpected events. Don't fear them, use them. As the old saying goes, the strongest are not the ones who endure, but those who adjust. Marcus saw change not as a curse, but as something natural, even necessary. Think about it. Without change, life would be boring. When you embrace change, you don't just survive, you grow. You don't have to be perfect, just flexible enough to move with life's rhythm. Adaptability is the key to surviving and thriving in the face of uncertainty. So when life sends a big wave your way, don't panic. Grab your board, adjust your stance, and ride. Because as Marcus teaches us, change isn't your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. Conclusion. Uncertainty is an uninvited guest that keeps knocking on the door of our lives. But don't worry. Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher, a ruler, a fellow traveler through chaos, has handed us 5 timeless virtues: each one a compass, a steady anchor in turbulent waters. And when these virtues are practiced together, acceptance, mindfulness, discrimination, judgment, adaptability, they form a foundation strong enough to face anything. With them, you can meet uncertainty not with fear, but with calm, confidence, and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius is living proof that even in the middle of disorder, you can find inner peace, but only if you root yourself in what truly matters. So the next time life feels like a roller coaster, remember these virtues. With them, you won't just survive the ride, you'll embrace it with courage and grace. Because in the end, as Marcus once said, life is what you make of it. So go on, make it meaningful.